Kevin here from DIYDork.com. Today I want to show you a furniture flip that I just finished up, and I made over a set of mid-century dressers I found. They were totally trash, needed a ton of work, and they turned out really awesome. So check this out. This was a really cool project. Alright, so I actually remembered to take a before picture of the dressers, and you can see they're pretty, they're pretty gross. They were like baby poop brown with hand-painted green insets. The paint was peeling. I've never seen paint peeled this bad before. Really, really bad paint job. But they were actually solid wood, just in really rough shape. The long one had legs on it. They were a little wobbly, and then the tall one used to have legs, and the person told me when I bought it that they chopped them off. I don't remember why. I guess they were broke or something. And the other thing is these things smelled really bad. It was like a mix between dog pee and perfume. I don't know what was going on, why they smelled so bad, but they needed a ton of work. And here they are all finished. Turned out really, really awesome. Now if you remember before, they were like the world's ugliest brown with neon green hand-painted insets here. It was terrible. The paint was just peeling off, and I couldn't just sand it down to paint. I had to strip them, and it took so much stripper, it wasn't even funny. I worked on these forever. I think this dresser set has the most work I've ever put in one, but it turned out really awesome. So once we got it all stripped down, we were trying to keep the wood, but the body was a little too rough. I had to do some Bondo work on it, and then the drawer fronts were the same, so we had to end up going with all paint. I did decide to go ahead when I put on new legs to keep them wood. Now the smaller dresser still had legs on it, but the upper dresser, apparently the people who I bought this from had broken a leg, so they just chopped them off and it sat on the ground. And I couldn't find any. They couldn't find any matching legs because they were actually built into the frame of the dresser. They weren't like screwed on. So I went to the store and I got some. I think these are 8-inch legs, little mid-century legs. You can find at pretty much any hardware store. And I had to end up building a little tiny brace here to hold it, and I was afraid that would look terrible, but I think it looks okay. Just a 1x4 that I rounded off a little bit, smooth it out. It goes all the way across for support, and I just put a little bracket under there. See if you can see that little bracket right there angles out, and those legs turned out really cool. Alright, so then for the body, we painted them kind of this dove gray. Decided to go a little different than our usual white, and it looks really nice. It's a semi-gloss, so it kind of shimmers, and inside it almost looks like silver. It's a really cool color. And then of course for the lower drawers here, we painted them a semi-gloss white, just a nice bright white, real easy to clean, look nice. And then the uppers here, we wanted to keep wood. We were wanting to do like, you know, a dark stain here, and then do these in natural, and then just clear coat over the whole thing, and then maybe do the inset in white or gray or something. We weren't really sure, but it didn't turn out. These were too rough, and they needed Bondo work as well. So we ended up painting them a really dark gray. And it was a huge hassle to get the little designs there filled in with paint. If you can see, they have a little bit of a lip. So the first thing we tried doing was just rolling with dark gray paint, and then taking a little tiny handheld brush, trying to paint white in there by hand, but it was just so sloppy. It didn't look good, so I had to sand it all again, repaint it, and then I ended up taking some little like 1/4-inch tape that I found, some painter's tape, that I was able to actually bend around in there. And did that, and I had to prime over it and then paint it and then do a couple of coats, and it finally worked. So it was a lot of work to get them going. And then these handles here, I thought they were plastic when I bought them. They were actually brass, but I wasn't thinking, and when I bought the legs, I got the silver feet on there instead of the brass feet, so I thought it, you know, having brass up top and silver down bottom may not look good, so I decided to go ahead and paint these silver, and they actually turned out really cool too. Really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen handles like this. Another cool thing is that it's actually a legit brand. It's Bassett Furniture, and it's a shame it was too rough that we had to paint it, but it did turn out really cool. I think these are going to fetch a lot of money. So anyway, that's how they turned out. A really, really cool project. One of our favorite ones we've done so far.